My name is Maria. I am 17 years old. 3 years ago, my life was completely different. We lived in a big house. My father worked in a big company. He earned a lot of money. He was always smiling. He was always kind. We had everything we needed. We had more than we needed. Then everything changed. Someone stole money from the company. A lot of money. My father's boss thought my dad stole it, but he didn't. He was innocent. Nobody believed him. He lost his job. We lost everything. The house, all our money, everything. We moved to a small apartment. The walls were thin. I could hear our neighbors fighting every night. My father stopped talking. He stopped smiling. He just sat in his chair. He stared at the wall. All day, every day. My mother started working. She worked 12 hours every day, sometimes more. She came home tired, so tired, but she never complained, not once. I wanted to help. I wanted to fix everything, but I was just a student. What could I do? Then I found the answer. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to help people like my father, innocent people, people who had no voice. But law school costs money, a lot of money. We didn't have money for food sometimes. How could we pay for law school? I thought my dream was dead. I was walking through school one Tuesday. I stopped at the bulletin board. There were many papers on it. Most of them were old. Nobody really looked at them anymore. But something caught my eye. It was a new poster. It was bright yellow. It said, "Free opportunities for students." My heart started beating faster. I stepped closer. I read it carefully. There were many programs, free medicine classes, free art workshops, free computer training. And then I saw it. Free legal workshop at Davis Law Firm. I couldn't believe it. I read it again and again. This was it. This was my chance. I pulled out my phone. My hands were shaking. I took a picture of the address. I took a picture of the date. I didn't want to forget anything. I walked home that day with a smile on my face. It was the first time I had smiled in months. The day finally came. I looked at myself in the mirror. I was wearing my sister's old shirt, her old pants, even her old shoes. My own clothes had holes in them. I couldn't wear them. I felt nervous, very nervous, but I had to go. The law firm was downtown, in the tall buildings. I had never been to that part of the city before. I walked inside. The building was beautiful. Everything was clean and shiny. I felt out of place. I took the elevator to the 10th floor. My stomach felt strange. I was scared. When the doors opened, I saw other students. Maybe 15 or 20 of them. They were all waiting. I looked at them. They were wearing expensive clothes, nice shoes, clean jackets. Everything looked new. I looked down at my sister's old shirt. I felt small. I felt like I didn't belong there. I wanted to leave. I wanted to go home. Nobody would know. Nobody would care. But then I thought about my father. I thought about his sad eyes. I thought about how he used to be. I thought about all the people like him. People who needed help. People who had no one. I took a deep breath. I walked into the room. The workshop was amazing. They taught us so many things. They taught us about laws, about rights, about justice. We worked there every Saturday. We were interns. We learned by doing real work. We helped with real cases. I loved it, every minute of it. For the first time in years, I felt hope. I felt like I had a purpose. After 2 months, they made an announcement.
We are having a challenge.
The main lawyer said. His name was Mr. Davis.
You will write a legal document. The best one will win. The winner will work on a real case, in a real court. You will help a group of people.
Everyone started talking. Everyone was excited. I was excited too. But I was also scared. Could I really win? Could I compete with these other students? They were all so smart, so confident. But I had to try. I had to. That night, I went home. I sat at our small kitchen table. I opened my notebook. I started writing. I wrote for hours. My hand hurt. My eyes were tired, but I kept writing. I looked up. My father was sitting in his chair, in the dark, not moving, not talking. I felt something in my chest, something that hurt, but it also made me strong. I started writing again. I worked on it every day. After school, before bed, every free moment I had. Sometimes I got so tired, I wanted to give up. I wanted to sleep. But then I would look at my father. I would think about my mother working 12 hours every day, and I would start again. 2 weeks later, we all gathered at the law firm. Mr. Davis stood in front of us. He was holding papers, our papers.
This was not easy.
He said.
You are all talented. You all worked hard, but there can only be one winner.
My heart was beating so fast. I could hear it in my ears.
The winner is...
He paused. He looked at his paper.
Maria Rodriguez.
I couldn't breathe. Did he just say my name? Was that real?
Maria, please come up here.
I stood up. My legs felt weak. I walked to the front. Everyone was clapping.
Your work was excellent.
Mr. Davis said.
You will help with the playground case.
I couldn't speak. I just nodded. Tears were in my eyes, but I was smiling. The case was hard, very hard. There was a playground in a poor neighborhood. The city wanted to close it. The people needed that playground. Their children went there after school. Old people met there. It was important to them. We had to help them. At first, nobody really listened to me. I was just a student. I was young. What did I know? The other lawyers talked to each other. They looked at papers. They made plans. But they didn't ask me anything. I felt invisible. But I didn't give up. I worked hard. I read everything. Every paper. Every document. I stayed late. I came early. I wanted to help. I wanted to find something. And then I did. I found something. Something important. Something nobody else had seen. There was an old report. It was from last year. It said the playground was safe. It said everything was okay. But the city was saying the playground was dangerous now. That didn't make sense. Look at this, I said to the other lawyers. My voice was shaking. Look at what I found. They stopped talking. They looked at me. Then they looked at the paper. One lawyer read it carefully. His eyes got big.
This is important.
He said.
This is very important.
Suddenly, everyone wanted to see it. Everyone was talking about it. They were asking me questions. Where did I find it? What else did I see? For the first time, they listened to me. After that day, everything changed. The lawyers asked for my ideas. They wanted to know what I thought. I wasn't invisible anymore. Then came the big day, the court day. I was so nervous. My hands were shaking. My heart was beating fast. I had never been to court before. We walked into the courtroom. It was big, very big. There were many people there. Everyone was waiting. The judge came in. Everyone stood up. We showed the papers. We showed the proof. We explained why the playground is safe. The judge asked questions, many questions. I was scared, but our team answered everything well. Then the judge stopped talking. He looked at all his papers. The room was silent. So silent, I could hear my own heartbeat. Finally, he spoke.
The playground will stay open,
He said. We won. We actually won. People started crying, happy crying. They hugged each other. They hugged us. Some of them thanked me. They shook my hand. I felt something I had never felt before. I felt like I mattered, like I made a real difference. 1 week later, Mr. Davis called me to his office.
Maria, sit down, please.
He said. I sat. I was nervous. Did I do something wrong?
You did excellent work on this case.
He said.
You are so talented.
Thank you, I said quietly.
We are offering you a full scholarship for law school. When you graduate from high school, we will pay for everything.
I couldn't believe it. I just stared at him. I started crying. I couldn't help it. All the stress, all the worry, all the hard work. It was all worth it. Thank you, I said. Thank you so much. That night, I went home. I walked into our apartment. My mother was cooking dinner. My father was in his chair. Dad, I said, I need to tell you something. He didn't look at me. He never looked at anyone anymore. I got a scholarship, I said, for law school. A full scholarship. He didn't move. I thought he wasn't listening. But then, slowly, He turned his head. He looked at me. Really looked at me. For the first time in months.
You did?
He asked. His voice was quiet, rough, like he hadn't used it in a long time. Yes, I said. I'm going to be a lawyer, Dad. I'm going to help people. People like you. A tear ran down his face. Just one, but it was enough.
I'm proud of you.
He whispered. Those 4 words, that's all he said. But it was everything. Everything I needed. My mother was crying too. Happy tears. She hugged me tight, so tight. I thought about everything that had happened, all the pain, all the struggle, all the hard days. But I also thought about tomorrow, and the day after that, and all the days to come. My dream wasn't dead. It was just beginning, and this time, nothing could stop me. Have you ever worked really hard to make a dream come true? What was your dream? To learn English through stories like this one? Subscribe to our channel. Lesson of the day, innocent. Innocent means not guilty. When someone is innocent, they have not done anything wrong. Examples from the story. My father's boss thought my dad stole it, but he didn't. He was innocent. I wanted to help people like my father. Innocent people. More examples. The boy was innocent. He did not break anything. The dog is innocent. It did not eat the food.